when they're doing part 2 of what the hell is it?
How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
the insane laughing.
That's the perfect lead-in. That was the perfect lead-in, especially with the Joker trailer dropping.
That looks really good, by the way.
So does Star Wars. Boo.
Star Wars. All right, let's see.
You guys like the Joker trailer?
I do.
Yes, I did. I loved it.
You didn't?
I'm not. You know what? I think Joaquin Phoenix is gonna fuck it up.
No, I think he's going to kill it. I think he's going to win the Academy Award for it. How about that?
Oh, I'm sure he'll give tons of praise for it, but I just...
I think it's going to be a completely different take on what we think the Joker is.
Yeah, all his baggage is going to go to the Joker.
I also don't think that he's the Joker.
What?
I think that he's the step for the Joker. Think about it. The Joker is Batman's arch enemy. In the movie... Mm-hmm. In the movie, they're talking about Thomas Wayne, the father, and he has an interaction. Remember the first trailer with the little kid? Supposedly that's Bruce Wayne as a kid. So how the fuck can the Joker wait around a good 18 to 20 years for that kid to be ready to fight him? By that time, fucking Joaquin Phoenix is going to be 65. So what if something happens where this is the precipice for the Joker, right?
Like the father?
No, not necessarily the father. But what if this is...
Four hosts, they bout to wreck shit like Marco. Addicted to the Giants like it's Netflix and Narcos. The CEO making big moves as per usual. Captain Negative calling everybody delusional. This podcast is like when you take a piss. So share the link and pass it. Like Major making splits. And Mr. Make-A-Wish, the sophisticated click. I spit offensive lines, now Tim can take a sip of some beer. Because he likes the taste of it, right? Don't forget the New York Giants beat the Patriots twice. The sickest news, eating chips and salsa like the Victor Cruz. Win or lose, always gonna root for Big Blue. It's true. This is a classic show. Tyree, catch it, bro. Play your drinking game while you listen and call it Plaxico. Take a couple shots. If it's funny, you can rewind to Bleed Blue. Means it's in their jeans like Levi's. Eli, man in the shit, just like a sailor. Captain Weak attacking bum rush like Lawrence Taylor. Podcast on point, the sharpest arrows. BBG stay gritty like Mark Bavaro.
Gentlemen, what is going on? We are back. I think we are live. Let me see. Can everyone hear our beautiful voices? We do sound amazing. I see some people are jumping in. Glad to be back with everyone. And where were we? We were talking about the Joker. James, you don't think he's going to wait around for 14 years for an adult Batman, is what you're saying?
I do not. I don't. I think that maybe he dies at the end or something happens, and that maybe I think there's going to be a tie-in that maybe he's like an illegitimate Wayne, something weird like that. But I think that he's going to be the idea for the Joker. I think he's going to be the idea that sets the Joker in motion for the future. How about that?
Yeah, I saw the preview, and all I can think of is honestly Basket Case, the Zach Galifianakis show.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I was like, also he's just a beat up clown. Oh, big whoop.
I like the fact that they're making him just a crazy person. Like if you watch the scene where he's like smashing the shit in the alleyway, where he's just walking in the hallway and he's just laughing and then he just stops laughing. Like I can't wait to see that portrayal of it. And I also hope that when he goes out in the audience on that talk show thing, that he murders everybody in the thing, much like the Dark Knight Returns. How he just murders everybody in the talk show. I hope he murders everybody in the talk show and takes over. I think that would be great. But okay, all right, let's get. You want to get to the Giants?
Let's.
Because I can go right into the Star Wars trailer.
Usually we go off Giant topic about 5 minutes in.
Amazing double-edged lightsaber. We can go right into that if you want.
We're going into Mr. Jones.
We can talk a little Mr. Jones.
Danny Dimebag.
I like Danny Dimebag better than I like Danny Dime.
Do you?
Or Dimebag, or you can go with Dimebag Danny. Either way.
Dimebag Danny is really nice. I like Dimebag Danny. I like.
Right. So what do we?
You know what would be a cute shirt is Dimebag Danny with like a little hand instead of dropping like a little plastic bag that may have some treats in it, dropping a little tiny football into a hand underneath. How about that?
How about that?
Dimebag Danny. We may get sued for that.
Let's see. So, I guess we will start with tomorrow's preseason game, and what are you expecting with some playing time and everything going from there?
I mean, I would expect tomorrow night what we're going to see is hopefully much of the same. I mean, you got to remember we're not playing a lot of starters. They're not going to be playing a lot of starters. I think that it's going to be a chance for some of the younger guys to put some more play on film. Some guys are going to be playing for their jobs. I don't think that there's a lot that you can take, good or bad, from preseason whatsoever. I just don't hold a lot of stock in it. We've been fooled before. We've seen 4-0 teams come out and struggle. We've seen 0-4 teams come out strong. I think that you get blinded by preseason because there's such a bloodthirsty, we want football so bad. And we miss it so bad while it's gone that the first taste we get, there's a tendency to overreact to it. And that's preseason football. I think that's once we kick off in September, it's a different ball game. And I think we'll find out a lot more then. But I think tomorrow night, you're looking for very much of what you've hoped for all of preseason. That you see some good play from some of these young kids, you see some progression, and that nobody gets hurt. And then hopefully the coaches go reevaluate everything. We come to cut day, and then we're on to Dallas. So here we go.
And that's how I'm with you, James. It's simple as this. I don't want to see injuries happen.
Correct.
And let's see who's going to step it up. Who's actually on the bubble? Like DJ Goodson. There's a good chance he's cut.
Yeah.
The wide receiver competition's that's still wide open. Guys
especially with Tate missing the first 4 games. Yeah, I mean.
Well, that's the thing is someone's going to make a spot. Someone's going to get another spot because Tate has suspension, which is actually somewhat good.
Yeah, somebody's going to have a chance to make a name for themselves. Somebody's going to get a chance to put some good things on film at every position across the board. Let's be abundantly clear. This team, when they get down to the final 53, depth is going to be an issue. So somebody we're watching tomorrow night, or somebody that we've been watching over the course, we need somebody to surprise us. Somebody has to come along for the ride. Somebody needs to take a big step forward. There's a lot of candidates to do so. But we can use one across the board. Are you telling me the offensive line can't use a good performance from some of the backups? I know this. We need some depth. We need some depth on that offensive line.
We absolutely do. And here's the deal: is even the people with the final cuts, you still got other people getting cut to where we might be picking somebody up as well on top of it. So just because they made the first cut doesn't mean they're making the team.
No,
correct.
There's I got news for you. I mean, in a roster where there's transition, you should see stuff like that. If a player from a deeper roster becomes available, that's better than, and that's why I don't get hung up on preseason, right? Because you're competing against the guys on your roster. If the Giant defense is young and having a lot of issues in the secondary, and that's not a negative thing. That's to be expected when you're young and new on the defense. If the offense looks good, what does that really mean? Who are they competing against? Who are these guys going up against? Is the competition good? If the defense looks amazing, is that because we have a weak offensive line? Is that the test? Is that the bar? So that's why I don't get hung. And then in preseason games, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing anything extravagant.
No, it's all vanilla schemes.
Yeah, right. Teams aren't playing their hands at all, especially when you play a team in the regular season that you're playing in the preseason, which happened to us this year.
And let's be honest, these guys are getting the rust off as well.
Yeah.
You know, no one's played a full game yet.
Every team is going through it. Every single team is going through the same exact thing that we are. But some of them have deeper rosters than ours. Newsflash, breaking news. Some teams across the NFL have better rosters from 1 to 53 than the Giants did, or even 1 to 75 if you wanted to do that. So as players become available,
what? Where'd you get this news?
Somebody that's better than what you have. You got to make a move.
I don't know where you're getting your information from.
I didn't know Giants didn't have the top roster.
Reality.
See, sure about that.
My only source. It's my only source. Reality.
We gotta.
Well, guys, who do you think made the team, Tanny or Loletta?
I would hope that Loletta did.
I would hope so as well.
Why do I feel that's not the case?
I don't know. I don't because it's the Giants and they.
Because it's the Giants.
Well, Tanny technically has played better, but he hasn't played that much better.
Right.
Where you shouldn't take the roster spot, because it's not like if Loletta's playing, this season's pretty much done. Anyway, and if our third-string quarterback is in, yeah, we're done anyway. So let's not have Alex Tanny in. Let's just play the young guy if we get down to the third-string quarterback.
We've seen somebody come out of nowhere who's 23, 22, 23, 24. They struggle in their first couple of years. They don't get a shot. They end up in a good situation, and something happens, and the light goes on, and they start playing well.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Now,
down the line.
Do you think
not that cut base, but he's the investment?
Do you think there was a trade, any trade value to Loletta?
Not at this time.
It'd be like a 7th-round pick, like conditional.
Not at this time. I think that you're better keeping him and trying to develop him, and hopefully that maybe you can get a pick in the future for him. Because remember, because also here's what you have to also remember is that if Eli goes next year, who's your backup quarterback?
Exactly. You want somebody that actually knows the system.
If you've liked what you've seen from Loletta, if his growth from year 1 to year 2 has been that to say, okay, we've seen a positive progression, then it's a no-brainer. You have to bring Loletta back in some capacity because you have to also plan for next year to say, okay, we may need a number 2, and here's a guy that's developing nicely. We've drafted him. You know, I mean, it was Gettleman that took him.
Yep. And it would be the third year in the system as well. So exactly. You know what? You know, you want to let it there. Especially the biggest point is Eli's not going to be there next year. Let's have a backup that's actually experienced.
And he's not going to be game experienced, but experienced to the point where he knows the system, and experienced to the point where there's nothing like game experience. So you can't even. He has no experience. I'm not even going to front. He has none. But you have potential to at least say, okay, if there was progression from year 1 to year 2, what could that progression be in year 3? He's under contract. He's under contract cheap. There's really not a lot of value to him now. He has a lot more value to you next year if you've seen that progression. So why move him? Carry him as the third quarterback. Let him continue to learn and progress. And maybe next year he competes for the backup job and has a chance to win it against whoever else you bring in because Eli's not going to be there. Unless Eli's there.
Alex Tanny will be back. Let's be honest.
Unless Eli's there.
Eli will not be there.
Under the Green Bay model, you can cut Loletta now because Jones is going to be the backup for 3 years.
Correct. the Green Bay model, you have to be winning for the Green Bay model, right? And also the Kansas City, is that a requirement or no?
No, I don't think it's a requirement for us.
Oh, but for them, yes.
I would say it was probably a requirement for them. Yes.
All right, let's
Could be
troll.
wrong.
Let's troll the comments, see what we got going on. We should cut Solder. Huh.
Stop. You know what? I understand he's not playing well. We actually have to have a replacement. We got to have a replacement, guys.
I'm with that guy.
John May? You're with John May, huh?
That's John May? If it's
That's John May.
let me, I'm going to give him a Chad Kelly, can you hear me? That's who said it? John May did? Good.
John May did.
Good. I like John May. Listen, we're not going to cut Solder because it's just unrealistic and we need him at this point. They should have never fucking signed the guy.
Well, you know what? Beggars can't
But
be
I
choosers.
digress.
And that's what happened.
But I digress.
There was no other tackles out there. So we got Solder. We'll go get another
traded
tackle.
back and drafted one.
Someone wants a clarification. What do we mean by Green Bay, the Green Bay motto?
Green Bay model.
Yes.
You sit on your first round quarterback for 3 years.
Yeah, what happened a couple of years ago, if you're young enough and you don't remember, was the Packers had Brett Favre, and he was playing very well. Now he was late in his career, but he was playing very well, and they were in a position where because Favre was playing well, they were drafting in what was it, the mid-20s?
Yeah.
22 or 23, somewhere around there, I think. I could be wrong.
I want to say 24, but who knows?
We could check that. I'm not sure. It may have even been in the teens or something like that. But regardless, Aaron Rodgers dropped in the draft. And
James broke up a little, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers dropped in the draft. Green Bay picks him up. They sat on him for a little bit of time. What was it, Tim? 2-3 years?
before, when speaking about Eli Manning and Daniel, that's what we're talking about, is a situation where Eli would get an extension and possibly play for another year or two, and to keep Daniel Jones on the bench and wasting away. So there you go. That's
speaking of that, I just saw a guy, can't think of his name, quarterback guru on NFL Network, just say that Daniel Jones has been taught by not only 5 years from Cutcliffe.
Yeah, it was Jordan Palmer.
Was it Jordan Palmer?
It was Jordan Palmer, yeah, who said it.
Well, they were saying he's been taught by 5 years by Cutcliffe. Also, he's got a quarterback coach as well who was actually Eli's backup at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's probably ready as far as knowledge than some of these guys like David Carr, Teddy Bridgewater, and all that stuff right now.
That's what
obviously
that's what
they're like
Jordan
they just
Palmer
need the
said.
experience to catch up.
And if that's the case, then why isn't he playing?
We have
Right.
Eli, man.
Well, there you go.
And
Mr. Mara, can you hear me?
I was just going to the picture to put up Mara's beautiful
Best
face.
interest of this franchise. We are going to make decisions for the long-term best interest of this franchise, and everything we say will be in reference to doing just that, and everything we do will be the exact fucking opposite.
We're gonna be all right though. Like I said, if I got to deal with one more year, Eli, fine. I mean, it's not what I prefer, but hey, it is what it is.
James,
But I know after seeing Jones, I'm happy that he's there.
James, I got a question for you.
Go.
Granted, it's the preseason, but overall thoughts on Jones? Are you surprised or intrigued?
I'm pleasantly surprised. I think that what you've seen is encouraging, but I don't think that you can get like, don't get hoodwinked and bamboozled by it. Like, understand what's going on. I think that for what is going on, for what he's seeing, we're getting the play that we should.
Yeah.
I think that it's very, if Jordan Palmer is correct, and this guy is light years ahead of everybody in terms of his mental capacity, then picking up a very vanilla defense in preseason and being able to make the read and put the throw there right where you want it to be on the first or second read, I mean, you should be able to do that.
You know the thing though, James?
I've
it's
been
accuracy.
Surprised. I want to see more of him, but here's the thing: I want to see more of him on Sundays, not Thursday nights in August, not Friday nights in August. Sundays in September and October, Monday nights in November, Thursday night in November. I want to see this kid when the real bullets are flying. And if I don't see the play that I'm getting right now, it's okay.
My biggest thing, and I'm with you, James, is you can't take. It's still preseason. Just like you said, it's vanilla schemes. No one's hiding anything. But the throws that I'm seeing it's the accuracy.
That's the play.
You can't fake that. He's throwing accurate balls. He's throwing great deep balls to where it gives the receiver the better chance. And that's what I like to see. Obviously.
His anticipation has been good, but it's been good when he knows where he wants to go with the football. It's going to be,
very true.
And what I'm saying is, and that's not bad. What I'm saying is not bad. The fact that he knows where he wants to go with the football and has the balls and the anticipation to put the ball up in play and let his guys make a play, I love that. That's great. Right, but I also know that it's not the end of the progression. This is not a finished product. There are going to be lumps in the road. When we lose a game 17-13 and Daniel Jones throws for $145 and throws 2 picks, it's not the end of the world. That stuff is to be expected. Those lumps are to come. Go look at Eli's stats in Baltimore his rookie season.
So, like you said, he just needs to get the experience.
He just needs to play. He needs to play when the real bullets are flying so that he can understand what it's like. That you need the game to be, your quarterback needs to be in what I call the matrix. Right? They need to be Neo. And young quarterbacks, it's very chaotic for them what's going on. There needs to be a time where the game slows down for the quarterback, where you're seeing things before they happen, where you see the windows before they happen, and you're able to anticipate and lead guys into those windows and throw guys open. And that doesn't happen overnight.
And it doesn't, but you know what? And he also still needs to build that chemistry. And the nice part about this, other than Golden Tate, this team is completely young as far as receivers, running backs. So he can grow with all these guys.
That's true.
Which will be fantastic. But like you said, we need to see what the bullets are.
I think he has good chemistry with the kid, Alonzo Russell. I think he has good chemistry with him.
Yeah. Well, he threw a nice ball to Chris Slayton, which Slayton got hurt again. But whatever.
Hamstring, right?
A little hamstring. Yeah. Like, what's up with your boy Beal, Tim?
Dude, I can't even defend him right now.
Answer for Beal, Tim.
I wish I could. I was like, I'm all pumped up for Beal. But Beal's got to get on the damn field. I don't know what the hell his problem is. I know it just might be bad luck right now. And I know they're talking about he could be a surprise cut. There's no way they're cutting him. Just put him on the IR.
Wait, he
practiced. Get him healthy.
He practiced yesterday, right? He was in pads, full practice. Did anything?
As far as I know.
Anything else happen besides that?
I don't know.
Not that I know of. I mean, he probably is hurt right now, but Not that I know of. Now, everybody else is healthy, right? Is like DeAndre Baker's good.
My boy Ballantyne, I love that kid.
No, you know what? I'm on the. I like Ballantyne as well. I like the way he's playing. I think we got to, like, from what I even read up, other people are saying the same thing. We got to ask.
Let me ask you guys something. I thought about this the other day. Let's say this team struggles out of the gate, right? Let's say they come out of that Minnesota, and a couple of weeks ago we spoke about 2-2 out of the first 4, and then Minnesota and a Thursday night on a short week at Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, let's say this team is 2-4.
Okay.
If you decided to turn the page at that point to Jones, if you like what you see from Ballantyne and Baker, if they continue to progress, you trade Jenkins?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't think he's on the team next year anyway.
No, I agree with you. I don't think he's on the team next year anyway. That's why I posed the question. That's why I was thinking about it. If these two kids are playing
I totally agree. And
in the middle of the season, he may be one of your best chips to move to a playoff contender. He's a corner. He's experienced. You get a team that's on the brink that needs some help in the secondary. He can be a nice piece for them. You can move him for maybe an extra third or something. I think that you have to entertain that, right?
I would definitely think so, especially if we are out of it. I mean, just think about this. You not only you have Ballantyne, you got Baker, you got Love, and you got Antonio Hamilton, who's actually playing pretty well right now.
And Beal, you got Beal.
And let's see if Beal gets on. If Beal gets on the field, hey, why not let Janoris go? Get the guys experience. If we're out of it, let's get these young guys experience and let's see what they can do.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, you know what? It makes absolute sense to me that it makes sense to me. That doesn't mean. Here's the problem with the Giants, is that at 2-4, they may get the impression that hey, we still got a shot with this thing.
Well, it matters. Like, are we like 2-4, like barely, or like the 4 losses we got blown out?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does. I mean,
no,
for them, for what the Giants are doing.
Doesn't matter.
To me, it doesn't. Right.
It speaks to you are what your record says you are. Who said that?
Parcells. We are doing that. Come on.
Okay, so if you're 2-4, assess the situation. It's not a crime to say that you have a very young team. You do. Maybe they're not ready to win a Super Bowl right now. And what serves you better if what the owner said is true, and we're worried about the long-term best interests of the franchise?
I want to go back to another Giant quarterback, not Giant coach. How about Jim Fossil? I guarantee we'd make the playoffs. At 2-4,
that's you're pushing all your chips into the middle of the wrong table, and I'm about to call you bluff and take it from you.
2-4, and Shermer just goes, you know what? Throwing Jones in, we're going to make the playoffs.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, dude, at 2-4, you think this roster can? You think right now at 0-0, this is a roster that can make the playoffs in the NFC?
Well, it matters what the East does. I mean, let's be honest right now. There's a good chance that Zeke doesn't play Week 1.
No, but
that's what it's looking like right now.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's say the Cowboys blow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Eagles sitting there.
But Wentz isn't guaranteed he's staying healthy, and they have no backups.
But their team is still amazingly deep. Like, they're a good, solid football team.
But there's no Nick Foles this time.
But all they have to do is win the division.
Well, I understand that. And Washington's not good either.
When I look against it for the playoffs, it's the entire NFC you're competing against.
Well, you're just trying to but I understand that, but you're also just got to win the East.
But I don't think they're good enough to win the East. And I don't have the Cowboys winning the East at all. I think Philly's the better team.
I agree with you on Philly being the better team.
Wait, okay, Philly,
Washington,
Jay, wait.
I'm going to tell you how bad Washington is.
Even if Philly struggled, and won the division at 9-7 or 10-6, the Giants aren't getting into the playoffs. The wild card winner is coming from the other divisions.
Well, I agree with that. I'm not worried about wild card. It's win the East and you're in. That's the only way I think they get in.
So if you're 2-2 and the Eagles are 4-2 or 3-3, or even 5-1, you're 3 games behind. Let's say that. Let's take the worst case scenario: 5-1, 2-4. Right? Let's take the worst case. You're still only 3 games behind with half a season yet. If anybody else starts off 2-4 with some of their rosters, they're not going to fold the chips. What I'm saying is that if it happened to the Giants assessing their roster,
no, I'm not. I'm with you. It'd be just a tough sell.
In Maryland,
it'd be a tough sell if I saw this team. Like, let's say we're 2-4, but we lost by a point in those games. The 4.
You can't worry about that, though, Tim.
But my point being, it'd be a tough sell to be like, all right, we're out. There's no way we're making playoffs.
Not if you went to Jones, it wouldn't be.
No,
it's a tough sell if you stay with Eli, because Eli speaks to right now. If you move to Jones,
at 2-4, you know what at 2-4, regardless, 6 games in, you know what we're going to see from Eli. If we're going to know, we know what we're going to see with Eli 6 games in.
Yeah, now, but my point is this, Tim, is that if you make the move to Jones after the Patriots game, which I think if they went 2-2 and then lost Minnesota and lost to New England, coming off a long week, I think that's the spot. In reality, that's the spot that you pulled the plug.
Is that our bye week? Is week 7?
No.
I would say after their bye week, Jones goes in.
Okay. Well, you just went past the deadline and wasted another season.
Well, how about passing for Jones going in? As far as trading?
As far as the chips that you have.
As far as I'm with you as Jenkins. If we're out of it,
Jones, then
if
why
we're out
are
of it,
you worried
Jenkins
about the right now?
Well, I would give him just the bye week. Well, matter how the season's going, because honestly, I want to see him earlier than that. But
earlier.
Yeah, absolutely, I want to see him earlier.
Yeah, if we're 2-4, what the fuck are we waiting for?
Shit, we're 0-0 right now. I want to see Jones week 1.
Yeah, me too. But that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to be a dick and point out that you know.
Well, you don't have to try, man. This
situation is fucked. and I posted. Did you guys see the picture the other day of everybody talking to Daniel Jones and Eli sitting there?
Yep.
Yes.
Like, there was a way 2 years ago, if you had balls, to handle this with class and nip it in the bud. What you have now is a situation where the bloodhounds are going to come for Eli Manning.
Here's the deal, though. I have no problem with that, because you know what, Eli? You know what's the deal is. You have competition for the first time in how many years?
But Tim, what I'm saying is that it's a disservice to Eli right now with this roster to be put in the situation to say you have to win to keep your job, because the roster isn't good enough to win to keep his job. So if the owner would have had balls 2 years ago to recognize the situation and to go to said player and lay it out on the table that the roster was in upheaval and that he needed to make moves for the future, because that's what he says he does, then why are we sitting here right now like this?
Well, the fact was we didn't have the replacement. We didn't know we had the replacement.
But you had the opportunity to get the replacement.
Yeah, but we wanted Saquon.
Second in the draft.
We wanted Saquon.
Well, and
you know what?
Accurate.
And you know what? Jones is better than Darnold.
We'll see. He better be.
If he is,
he better be.
If he is, then the gentleman was right.
Yeah, he better be. He damn well better be. I hope he is. I hate
Yeah.
fucking losing.
But we're right there, guys. I mean, I'm actually excited about the season right now.
Yeah, I know. I am too.
I'm not because Eli's playing.
You know what? I'm excited to see Eli, and this is why I'm excited to see Eli. I want to see how he acts when he has competition behind him for the first time ever. This is the first time since his rookie season that he had to fight for a job, and he didn't even have to fight for the rookie season. He's fighting for his job for the first time ever. And actually saw some fire. And during the preseason, I actually saw some fire behind his ass. Dude,
I hope you're right.
He's running down the field to block on a running play in the preseason. Eli shouldn't even been on the field, let alone be doing that.
Don't get hoodwinked and bamboozled. I need to see it, man. I can't. I'm not going to let myself get worked up again.
What would you do?
I need to see the rejuvenation before I can buy the rejuvenation.
What if Eli is at this is he knows this is his last year, so he's at the whole I don't give a fuck. So you know what? They get 3-0. He's all jacked up, talking shit on the mic now because he doesn't care.
And he starts mad bombing.
That's not gonna happen.
He's like, Dallas, I told Dallas I'll come in there and stomp their ass, and that's what I did.
Let me sign this wall.
I want to see this Eli Manning that you speak of, because I don't know that he can play much better than he's played over the last couple of years. And when I look at the way that he's played a couple of years, I see a serviceable quarterback. I don't see a guy that can carry a team. And this team needs a carry.
Well, he lost his deep ball, and I know that. Hopefully, he gets juices up a little bit and doesn't get caught like Golden Tate, and we can see some of that.
Well, I'm praying for it, man. But I'd be much more excited for Week 1 if Daniel Jones was going to be our.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. But
with Eli Manning being our starting quarterback.
But then you know what it comes down to? When Eli gets benched, it's on him. No one's going to be able to complain.
But that was my point earlier, though. It's going to be an ugly benching when it happens.
Yeah, because it's going to be on him, and it's going to be like, Eli, guess what? You need to sit the bench because you suck.
You're going to be trotting Eli out to sit on the bench to watch. Man,
well, he's going to be coaching Jones.
You had an opportunity 2 years ago to move him to some place that he could have played. You have an opportunity now to do it.
He's not going to do it.
Tim, you seem to think that, like, imagine this scenario. I'm John Mara.
You're John Mara.
Get me Eli Manning. Okay, here comes Eli into the room. Eli, sit down. Oh, great. You comfortable? Super. Listen, got to talk to you about something. Okay? Just drafted 6. Kid's got some potential. All right? I don't think our team's good enough to win a Super Bowl. I feel it's a disservice to you to put you out there right now. I feel like we need to see this kid play. Now, I could do 2 things. I can either put you on the bench, or I can open up the phone lines and see if there's anybody who would be interested in bringing you in. Maybe there's a contender. Maybe the situation in Indianapolis. Maybe across the league there's somebody with a quarterback and they'd like to take a shot. I can make those calls for you. I give you and your agent the ability to go ahead and look around the league and see if there's an opportunity for you, and we will accommodate you because of the history and the respect that we have for you here, because we care so much about you. We felt it was important to come to you as a player and have this conversation and give you the opportunity to walk away on your own accord, because we know you want to play and we don't want to see you in a situation where you have to ride the bench. You have 24 hours to make your decision, Eli. I'm either going with Daniel Jones as the starter and you as the backup, or we can open up the phone lines and see what deal you can have. I expect you in here at 9 a.m. with your decision. You understand, Eli? Get the fuck out. Talk to you tomorrow morning.
Boy, that ended a little rough.
You showed Eli a lot of respect in the beginning. And now it's like, all right, get the fuck out of my
Now get the
office.
fuck out. I said what I got to say. I respect you. I love you. I got a business to run. I'm trying to get a deal for Janoris Jenkins on the other fucking line. Go make your decision.
Damn, Jim Murray just took Gettleman's job, huh?
Yeah, he should.
Uh,
Well, to me, Murray's Edo and Gettleman's just Pinocchio.
I'll tell you right now, if I was the owner, I'd run it just like Jerry Jones and those guys. This is my team. This is my toy. I'll sign who I want to sign.
I would have a guy there to take into consideration. I would hire Parcells.
So you just want to hang out with Bill. You just hired Bill to hang out.
No. If Bill's good, Bill would help me pick my groceries.
So let's get this straight. So let's say going into the draft, you're like, I'm going Haskins. Bill's like, that's stupid. We're going Jones at 6.
I go with Bill. He knows more than I do.
You just shut it down for Bill?
I would make my case, and Parcells would probably be like, "You're an idiot." I'm Bill Parcells. Trust me on this.
And you would be I can't see you not being like, well, I don't give a shit who you are. I own the team.
Parcells? I can never talk to him that way.
Yes, coach.
Yeah, no problem, coach. You're right. That's why I would bring in those guys. I'd have Sims and Parcells there to help me run the team because I love them so much that they're the only guys that can check me.
All right, hold on. I got a question for you. Magical, like, fantasy. You're in a room with Parcells and Belichick, and they have differing opinions on quarterbacks.
Who you going with?
Who do I go? Well, give me. Oh man, I don't know. I think that I don't know, man. I mean, he found Brady. Parcells has found some gems too. I think my childhood would lead towards Parcells. I think 8-year-old Jimmy would be like, "Psst, that's Bill Parcells." Shut your mouth.
Do you think grown Jimmy would be like, maybe the game has passed him by?
I would think grown Jimmy would be like, dude, I love that hood.
That hood is fantastic.
No.
I love your ensemble. Yo, did you see Belichick when he was asked the other day about the Josh Gordon, and the reporter was like,
yes.
You put out a statement about Josh Gordon. Do you have any comments on that? He was like, no. And the guy was like, and he was like, well, that's why we put out the statement.
That was great.
That was so great.
Oh,
So Jimmy,
We put out the statement. Did you
what if
the statement? You should have read the statement.
just like in Marco's little fantasy life, you own the team now, and you fired everybody. Everybody's gone. Who's your GM? Who's your coach?
My GM is Phil Sims. My president of football operations is Bill Parcells. My head coach. All right, you got to give me a second on this. My leader of men.
First of all, Phil has no experience being a GM. And he's your GM.
Phil Sims right now is ready to be a general manager in the National Football League, and if he wanted a job, he would have it.
So Jay, I'm gonna follow up on that. Finish who your coach is, and then I'll talk about Phil Sims.
I'm trying to put on the spot with head coaches, and there's so many of them. If I was starting a team today,
Would you go college ranks?
Belichick.
Oh. How about someone who's
Belichick?
available?
How about someone you're not going to have for only 2 years?
What the fuck? You just told me to start. Maybe Belichick brings in. Maybe
Way to look at
somebody underneath Belichick.
James, way to look to the future.
You just
Way to
told
look
me
to the
hire
future.
my
You
team.
say you
I
look to
just
the
tell
future,
you
you do
what I
holding
want.
something.
And now you're putting caveats on it. That this guy's not available. It needs to be a guy
Well-
from college, not a guy not from 2
Well,
years.
no. I'm just saying. Let's put it this way, James. You talk about build a team for the future, but that's not what you're doing.
Why not?
You build the team for right now.
Tomorrow?
Huh?
Are those guys dying tomorrow?
Hey, Belichick could be retiring tomorrow.
I don't need them to play. I'm not asking Phil to suit up. I don't need.
I'm not talking about Phil. I'm talking about Belichick.
I like what? Like, yeah, if I had, right now, if I look across you're telling me that you can't see Bill Belichick coaching for another 5 years? So if I'm hiring a team right now today,
So now you're only looking 5 years to
whoever I
span.
want,
What about 10
then
years
why
out?
wouldn't you consider Belichick?
You know what? What you should do is go hire the son.
Do you want me to go? You want me to go younger? Is that what you want? Is that you want a younger coach?
Well, you know what? So far, if I'm outside fan, not knowing you, I'm like, this asshole just hired Phil Simms as GM, who's never done it before, and I got Belichick, who's coming in.
Do you know what? Phil Simms is? Do you know what Phil Simms does for fun?
I don't know
anything.
anything.
Shit thunder.
Phil Simms watches more film than a fucking film critic. Phil Simms could tell you about any college fucking prospect coming out. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. And I honestly just think that he loves what he does. But I think that if a team came calling and he wanted to do it, he would be fucking amazing at being an NFL GM. So yeah, I would call Phil's. I would make that call. And remember, when the Giant GM job was open, I wasn't the only one coming up with Phil Simms as a dark horse candidate. There were multiple beat writers that threw his name out there. So if you're questioning me now, you can second it.
I would have took a guy who we all wanted in the first place. I would have took Louis Riddick.
Well, that's you. That's your team.
That's
somebody in your team.
You know what? And I'm going younger, and the coach who we all wanted, we were talking about anyway. I would go David Shaw.
I wouldn't want Shaw. I wouldn't want a college guy. I'd want somebody from the NFL. Right?
So, James, if you had the chance to ask Phil Simms, let's say 5 questions, any topic you want, what would they be, James?
Dude, I'd have
Boxers
to get back
and
to you
briefs.
at the next show. I cannot give you 5 questions. There are so many things swirling around my head right now. What's your favorite color?
That's up there.
Can we go for coffee sometime?
Mm-hmm.
You like long walks on the beach, Phil? I would just want to know everything about him. No, I don't. I would have to give that some serious thought. Like I think.
You like my headband and
I think the
sunglasses?
first question I would ask him is how disappointed he was coming off
and his son.
of that season where he actually garnered MVP votes with Dan Reeves there, and then they cut him the following season. I would ask him if he really thought that his career was done at that point, or if he thought that he could still play. That would be the first question I would ask. And then I would cry.
The problem is
And then
that
when I'm done
you cry
crying,
after every
75
question.
minutes later, I would continue to ask the next 4 questions.
I was going to ask more questions, but I'm too busy weeping.
Did you ever see the Chris Farley skit on Saturday Night Live? Where he has the guy
Which
on,
one?
and he's asking him, he's like, he has like the different celebrities on, and he's asking them questions, but he's so awkward about it. He's like, "Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, God should ask that question."
No, I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that?
No.
I'll look it up, but I don't remember it either.
Oh, he would ask the guy like, "Do you remember?" He had Michael Jordan on the one time, and he's like, "Do you remember that time that you?"
Okay, that sounds more familiar.
You took the ball and you ran down court and you dunked it, and the guy Michael Jordan would be like, "Yeah, I remember," and he'd be like, "That was awesome." And then the celebrity would be like, "Chris, you don't have to be nervous or anything or ask me like these type of questions. You could be." And he'd be like, "I'm such an idiot." And he would start with the Farley hair, jerking his head, smacking his face. Oh, dude.
I don't remember.
God, you guys have such short memories. Jesus.
So there's an event coming up with Phil Simms in it.
Yes.
You're aware of this event?
I am aware of this event.
Do you want to get in? And
Yes.
maybe cause a little havoc over there.
I don't want to cause any havoc.
Oh, he's going to be at
in
best
the
behavior.
presence of thy God.
He's going to have his best church clothes on.
Oh, Sim's jersey and a sports jacket.
Would the possibility of going live, would that be interesting to you?
I would do whatever you wanted to do. I would love to get I would love a chance to shake the man's hand and ask him a couple of questions. Yeah, I think that would be great for the site. If they want us to push it, let's push. But I would love to get involved in any way, shape, or form. And even if I couldn't, just to be down there and around that, to cover it for them would be an honor. But Phil's my guy, dude. That's my right. No one says a bad word. I take a bullet for Phil.
So what is it, September 13th?
September 13th.
Few weeks?
Friday.
Friday night. All right,
Friday the 13th.
Let's see what we can get coordinated.
Let's see if we can get coordinated. I'm going to call work and tell them that I need another vacation day.
Let me get the green light
My
before.
vacation.
Let me get the green light before we juice all your vacation days.
Yeah. I don't care about the vacation. You could take the vacation days. I don't give a shit about it. I'll call my job and go to work. I'll end my vacation that I'm on now a day early to be able to get the 13th off to be able to go to that. So we'll work it out. But you let me know if we can get in there. I'd love to be able to cover it. I think that would be great.
All right. Question from Bradley Sands. Ready? Have a question for you guys. A lot of people are complaining about Jones. Personally, I can't wait for him to start. What are your thoughts? I think we covered a little bit, but he might be jumping in late.
Yeah, I don't think we all can't wait for Jones to start.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of intrigue and excitement from the way that he's played in the preseason. I think that he's exceeded expectations to a point, but I think you also have to take into consideration that's preseason football. So I think the excitement, we all want to see him, the allure of what could be, the hope of what a young quarterback brings. Yeah, let's get Daniel Jones in there. The problem is that he's not going to play, and we don't know when that switch is going to be flicked, and then we get to see Daniel Jones play. So right now, for as bad as we want to see it, it doesn't really matter. We're going to see Eli Manning for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I think we're all in.
The fact is, who doesn't want to see Jones with the starters?
The E-Hive.
With Evan Ingram, with Shepard, with Saquon in the backfield.
The E-Hive, that too.
What I don't understand about the question is, what does he mean by people are complaining about Jones? What are they complaining about?
Well, maybe he's thinking that people are poo-pooing on Jones and saying that it's just preseason and that it really doesn't matter. And
all right, maybe, yeah.
Or
maybe complaining for Jones.
Don't argue that point. Don't go to war for preseason football. Watch them get quietly excited for these guys, but pipe down. It's preseason football. You look silly when you start throwing accolades at people for preseason football. It's encouraging for what you may see on Sundays, but how many times in preseason have we got excited and Sundays have come and it's completely different? So, like, take a chill pill. It's nice to see what he's done so far. We got a long way to go before the jury's out on Daniel Jones. Long way to go.
Another one. What do you guys think about Carly Lloyd and potentially kicking in the NFL?
Who? You cut out there for a second.
Because you watch Carly Lloyd to kick it.
Yeah.
Kick it in NFL. You know what?
Who's that?
She's a women's soccer player.
Actually, yeah,
I don't know.
You know what? I'm just gonna be that guy.
No, honestly, who is? No,
You know
honestly,
what?
I don't know.
You know what? You know what the NFL stands for? National Football League. It's not the FFL. It's not the Female Football League. Get over it. Just all these women guys do everything. Get your own damn league if you want to do everything.
Hold on. What are we talking? Why are we talking about a woman playing football? What's going on?
There is
She wants to kick.
supposedly she might kick
She
Thursday. She could kick.
She could kick.
She could
She
kick.
kicked a 55-yarder.
The fucking Jets could use her.
She kicked a 55-yarder
Wait.
with like 5 steps instead of like, the normal 2 to 3, whatever it is.
I
Yeah.
got news for you. Considering the agita that NFL kickers provide to rosters, coaches, organizations, fan bases, if you can find somebody that can put the fucking the football through the big H, then fucking sign them up and give them a uniform. I don't care if it's a fucking mule.
I think it's
You know
a
what?
Jersey on it.
I think
let
it-
kick field goals.
I think it's a preseason game. If she could get it up over the defensive line while they're trying to make a push, why not?
And then what happens when she gets blown up?
They're not just gonna. I would imagine that she's made some kicks in practice. That they're just going to trot this girl out to just kick field goals right away. I would imagine that she's been able to hit some field goals in practice, and they're not just like, oh, you know what, we'll try this.
Yeah,
Well,
apparently.
that's what happened. She went around to practice, and the first ball she hit was a 55-yard field goal.
Holy shit!
She's a U.S. soccer player. She can kick a ball.
Holy shit!
But what's going to happen when she gets blown up?
She gets lit up.
Well, you know what? Then she's going
Fair play.
to complain. Then it's like me too. Yeah.
She's gonna complain.
That wasn't fair.
Kick gets blocked. Sorry
How-
for you.
how many?
Listen, I don't think it's ever going to happen. But if you found a female that can endure, I'm not going to say there's none. If you found a female that can make kicks and can endure that, and you felt comfortable with it, if she can make the kick, we've seen some fucking horror shows, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
55
But,
yards?
can't we just...
Kickers don't get blown up.
just do it?
Kickers can't
Guys
get blown
just-
up that much.
Can do their own. Can guys get their own thing? Do we gotta have everybody's gotta be included? What happens?
I don't want everybody to be included. I don't want the chick that cannot make the 55-yard field goal to be included. I don't want her to play nose tackle. But if you found a woman that was a soccer
Listen, I just saw some video,
that
which I'm
can
sure you
kick
guys saw.
55-yard field goals accurately, consistently, you'd have to be insane not to consider it.
Well, I just saw some video, which I'm sure you guys saw on Twitter as well, of some girl fighting, and she was blocking an offensive lineman on this kid. Kept
Yeah,
blowing him up. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Marco.
I know.
I don't, but I can imagine.
It was a big gal. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and she blew up the kid. She had great block, had great technique. But you know what? I don't care. She's not going to be on my offensive line.
No, she's not. But if you found a female that could kick, you're talking about a kicker. If I found a female that could protect herself Like I don't care. Like I don't care if you're a male or a female. If you get a kick blocked in the NFL, when you get that kick block, you're in a pretty vulnerable position.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how fit you are or
well,
how strong that kicker is. The odds are is that you're going to get up with a limp.
So,
like,
I'll give you an example. What happens on like kickoffs?
Maybe she doesn't do the kickoffs. Unless you
So
know
now
that she can put the fucking ball in the end zone consistently. If she's kicking the ball out of the end zone, Tim, what does it matter?
She's taking up a damn roster spot. You know, it's
Right.
If she can make the kicks, so's the kicker that you're paying. That's a guy that's shanking it.
well, true. Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
I'm not saying that it's going to be the norm, but Tim, we have seen some teams be killed, just absolutely killed because of their kickers. So I ask you this: if you pose
What's
the
up, Bears?
question to an NFL player on
That's
a team that didn't make the playoffs because they finished 7-9, but if their kicker would have made fucking 3 kicks during the season, they would have finished 10-6. And you go to that guy and you go, hey, guess what? I'll go back to the beginning of the season, give you the same fucking outcome. But your kicker is going to be a female, and she's going to make those 3 kicks. That's going to get you in the playoffs.
Are we going back to our like teenage days? Is this the movie Unnecessary Roughness?
If she can make the kick, you let her kick.
That's
Is Kathy Ireland our kicker now?
You got teams that are terrified to kick extra points.
that's my niece Becky, and she's
How about
pissed.
that Charger team the couple of years ago when they drafted that left-handed the left-footed kid? I forget his name. That they took him right?
It took like
They
second
thought
round.
He was going to be so good. He sucked. He could have. How many games did he cost them that season? You're telling me that they give a shit if the kicker had a vagina as long as it was going through? I don't think they give a fuck.
I'm like, if you open up Pandora's box, literally, it's gonna be a problem.
Well,
You,
what's stopping one of these behemoths from getting a sex change and going playing in the fucking lingerie league?
Oh,
wait. I think we all watched too much Chappelle yesterday. Is probably what happened.
Exactly.
oh, the damn tease.
Get in the back.
Mike on YouTube thinks we're on crack. Thank you, Michael. Is that? Let's see.
Is that observation?
Oh,
Why are we on crack?
I don't know. Please describe why we are on crack.
Clarify the crack comment. It's one thing to say you're on crack. What are we? What?
Yeah,
Are you on Tim's side? Like, how can we both be on crack? Either you think what Tim's thinking, or you think you're on my side. Either I'm on crack or Tim's on crack.
I'm just being a male chauvinist. That's fine.
Please.
I'll be that guy. You know that's what I grew up in.
I understand.
You know what? It just let me watch football. You go ahead and cook and clean.
Oh, well, now you just stepped in shit. I ain't walking down that one with you. I ain't touching that one. Now you're on crack.
We figured it out.
We figured it out.
We figured it.
Tim.
Oh boy. Rico Suave says she fumbles a snap, gets tackled, and it's done for her career.
Bumbalaya.
Yeah, so that was an interesting curve on there.
Yeah, it'll never happen. They're not going to do that. They're not going to put somebody at risk. But I think it's all about making the fucking kick. Who can make the kick? Now I'm curious. Now I want to see her kick if she kicked the 55 yard.
Yeah.
I mean, the video's up there. I saw her kick it.
You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me so I don't got to go looking for it. Take me 3 days to find it.
Oh shit, my phone just died. Someone
That's all right. Send it later. Don't worry about it.
let's see what else. What else do you guys want to talk about? Let's see.
I think we're ready to start the season.
Yeah.
Barry, he's going to Foxborough tomorrow. How long do you think Jones will play for? Might be a little
I
bit.
think Jones will end up playing the first half.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say a few quarters.
Yeah, I would think
Honestly,
Jones
I
will
don't.
play in the first half.
I don't want Jones. I don't really want Jones to play more than a quarter. Especially in week 4. That's when people get hurt.
I can't argue with that.
That's also a true point.
Well, I wouldn't even care if you said Jones didn't even play Jones in week 4. Let Tanny and Loletta get a half apiece and see who wins.
I wouldn't mind that either, but he's going to play. And I would think that they would let him play through the end of the first half. I'm with you. I think that the less he plays in week 4, the better. I don't see the... But
no, there's too many guys going gung-ho on week 4, trying to make a team, trying to make a name for themselves. All it takes is one bad hit. Then you know what? We don't have to worry about Jones.
No, I totally agree with you. I think that if you can play a quarter and get him out, and give Loletta a quarter and a half and Tanny a quarter and a half and call it a night. We'll see what they do. I wouldn't be surprised if they played him through the end of the first half.
We have some advice. Chris would like to tell him not to wear any Giants gears. Some Pats fans are drunken asswipes. So
Not what? Chris would like to tell him what? What do you want to tell him?
Not to wear any Giants gear. That Pats fans are drunken asswipes.
Oh, all right.
So there we go. A little advice.
And thanks for
That's every stadium.
It's true.
I've people trying to fight me in Buffalo, and I had Giants gear on. And they were my friends.
And I drove in with them. She can make a kick with absolutely no noise. Do you think not playing in the World Cup is a quiet situation? No pressure there?
I think it's a different situation playing soccer than having, guys coming off the edge that are flying at you. If you can make a kick in that, you're talking about a soccer kick as opposed to...
No, soccer is reacting. You can't. Yeah. You're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about a tick for 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Maybe. Unless it's a penalty kick.
I have no doubt that I think that. Hey, I'm not saying. First of all, before we even had this conversation, I had no clue this was even going on. But now that there's something that I found out about it, like, to me, it's like, if she can make the kick, I don't give a shit what she is. Like, get me a field goal kicker who's consistent and I can trust to make the kick. I don't care what's next. So no, I didn't even know she played in the World Cup. That's news to me. How about that?
How about that?
I was gonna say something, but I'm not good. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, you leave the females alone tonight. Jesus, you're getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah, because the problem is it's taped.
Oh my God! If you ever become famous, this is gonna come back and bite you.
There's a few I'm with Tim comments.
Oh Christ! Oh God! What kind of audience we have?
You think it skews male, huh?
I don't know, dude. Did they hear the comment? Like, are they simply talking about the kicker thing? Or are they talking about like here's my thing. Are you jealous that you're not the kick that can make the kick?
Hashtag vacuum during commercials.
55 fucking yarder. Nobody wants you to show up for practice and play in preseason. Fucking jealous little bitches. Tip your fucking cap if she can make the kick.
You know what? I don't care if she made the kick. Can she make me a cake?
Tim is watching too much Chappelle. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'll be the feminine protester. I'll fight for the one.
Oh my God, does she shower in the locker room? You guys are the worst. My
That's true.
God.
Now we gotta put extra showers in. It's gotta be
She's a
special
kicker.
time.
What the fuck does she have to shower for? She didn't break a sweat.
My God.
Shower when she gets home.
She'd sweat. She perspired.
She'll live. She can drive
How
a
many-
half hour home and shower. She didn't sweat that bad. She came out and kicked for 6 seconds. If she's putting the ball in back of the end zone for a kickoff, she ain't even running anywhere. She's trotting out, kicking it, trotting back. Maybe she breaks a little bit of a sweat when she's warming up on the sideline, getting those practice kicks in. But that's not shower worthy. You can drive a half hour after that to go home and shower.
No, she's not trying out for the Giants. That was from James Carter. I gotta. What? How many? Do you guys remember any? Like, I can't remember any of them. Any of like the professional men's English Premier guys kicking for in the NFL.
There might have been. Wasn't there
Actually, rugby guys.
Punter, or was this
Yeah, the
somebody,
rugby
a punter
guys.
or something?
Rugby guys as punter. I don't remember field goal kickers though.
Yeah, good point. Good point. There was more rugby guys.
I think it was the guy in San Diego? San Diego Charger.
I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
It was years back.
I would
Who knows? My
imagine that
memory's not like
somebody
that.
with a soccer background is a kicker somewhere.
Yeah, no, they
You can't
probably.
you can't tell me August Rosas didn't play any soccer.
No, yeah, I'm saying of course, most of them play college and stuff like
Oh,
that.
I see what you're saying. Okay, but
Like a pro.
was playing professional soccer and then converted and came over. Well, those guys make good fucking money over there to play soccer.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
they make stupid money.
yeah, but their contract in soccer, you're done at 30, 33, 34. You're over the hill by then.
Yeah,
In
that
the-
they
Yeah, when
come
you're
over
making
here
hundreds
and
of
kick
millions
for
of
another
dollars, it doesn't make a
7 years.
difference.
Yeah, no, in the NFL, you could kick till you fucking 50. You know?
Yeah, you pull Morton Anderson and fucking just keep kicking. You don't break a sweat.
The best thing to do is become
Therefore,
a
you don't
punter.
need a shower.
All you gotta do is
You
become
don't
a
even
punter.
need to take a shower after the game.
Exactly.
Kicker.
Punter, huh? Why you liking punter, huh?
No, there's no pressure. It's not like, oh, I'm getting
Punter?
cut this week
There's
because
pressure.
I missed the field goal. No, a punter, I'm just, hey, my offense might be so good, I might not even punt that week. I might not even work.
I'm off.
Yeah.
And then
that's
I
true.
definitely wouldn't be shower worthy.
No.
I mean, I go to locker room guy and be like, hey, you know what? You don't even have to wash my stuff. I
Oh,
didn't
there's a
get
chance.
dirty.
Hey, if the offense blows, there's a chance that the punter can get more work than the kicker.
Very true.
People are.
That may be shower dependent on how good the offense plays.
Listen, I
If
know
the
you
offense
only kicked
scores
once.
over 28, then you get to shower. Kicker.
You got James who's the shower
If the offense
police.
scores less
You're like,
than-
yo, whoa, where do you think you're going? I saw you make one field goal. You are not shower worthy. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're not shower worthy. He punted 7 times today.
Oh my god. Let's see. Is there anything that we should talk about before we end this? Before we wrap this up? I think we did an hour, right? What was that? An hour? What's the time clock? What's the stamping say?
Yeah, just a
What are we
little
doing
over an
on
hour.
Fantasy draft? What's going on? What are we doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. We just got to get a date.
Well, it's gonna be Wednesday. It's the last day we can do it.
Right. Yeah, we'll do it
Monday,
live.
Tuesday or Wednesday. It has to be.
Do it live, damn it.
We'll do
Or
it live.
Saturday if you guys get your shit together.
All right. Let's see.
I could even do it on Sunday, and do it in the. I can't do it at 9:00 or later on Sunday. I got another draft, but like we got to get this. We got to get this going.
Wait, why don't we just do it next Wednesday live on air?
We could. I guess we could set it up for 10:00 and do it while we're live on air.
Yeah.
We got a game to talk about.
I got to ask you a question, James, while you're out here.
About on Wednesday.
That's true. That's true.
I think that we should draft before Wednesday and then discuss our teams.
Yeah, that's fine.
And our draft grade, the actual game and the roster, who made the team and who didn't on Wednesday.
All right. If anyone is listening and they want to join in our fantasy draft, it's free. It's fun. Just leave a comment and we'll get in touch and go from there.
You want to reach out to Pepper and Mark and Gary and see if one of them should I reach out? Do we want to see if we can get a celebrity to play with us?
Yeah, you know who's really big into fantasy football? OJ. You want to ask OJ?
Who?
OJ Simpson?
No.
Do you?
After I put a ass whooping on him, I'm not going to be worried about ending up fucking in a homicide.
That would be amazing. If OJ gets in our fantasy league, amazing.
No, thank you.
I was so tempted to follow him the other day, and I was like, "Oh, how are you gonna?
OJ's in, I'm out.
How are you gonna do this?"
Oh, Mr. High and Mighty. What are you? Because OJ's in.
If you beat him, he will murder you.
Listen,
The glove did not fit, guys.
Even though just saying this on a recording, like, I'm scared.
How awesome would it be to be like, hey, I killed OJ this week.
That is pretty good.
I would lock your fucking doors.
James.
I murdered his team.
James, do you know who OJ's quarterback is this year?
I don't know, but I would definitely name my team Nicole Knows.
His quarterback is Andrew Luck. Ask me if OJ was happy about this.
What's he happy about this?
Name my team Goldman Sachs.
That's pretty good.
Thanks, buddy.
OJ.
Sacks like football sacks because it's fantasy football. Get it?
Yeah, I got it. Totally in it.
All right. Okay. Here you go. I wanted to clarify.
All right. So I will send out a blast email to everyone that's on the email list, seeing if anyone wants to join in. That's always fun.
The slashers.
And I think that's it. I think that's a show. Working on what are we working on? Working on Phil Simms' event.
If we don't come on air next Wednesday, someone contact I don't know, who's the chick lawyer that was against OJ?
Marsha. What was her name?
Marsha
Clark. Yeah.
Marsha Clark. Yeah. Someone call Marsha Clark.
Mr. I work for women, the chick lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. I want Marsha Clark to defend it, especially after tonight's podcast. She'll listen to this and be like, "Oh, I have to get OJ now."
Well, so yeah, if we don't show up, we probably got slashed. We're working on Phil Simms' event. Everyone, thank you for picking up the new Check the Resume merch. We have a few new other things in the works. James, do you have anything to plug?
Oh no, big goat. I like that goat. The goat tees.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get that out at the end of the week. Tim, do you have anything to plug? Do you wanna mention anything?
Nah, I'm good.
You're good. Oh, So after tomorrow, what should I expect? 5-point preview, Tim?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to
you. All you people have been waiting. You know what? Let me make a statement for you, Marco.
Okay.
Anybody's waiting at 5-point preview and
Very
less of
true.
glory and shame. I'm not doing that for the preseason.
Oh wow!
I'm not gonna shit on kids that didn't make the team.
Wow!
I know it's a shame.
You're gonna wait for the guys to make the team and then shit on them?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Once they're on the team,
Yeah,
I can shit
pretty
on them. Yeah, that's not a problem after that. And it's gonna be shitting on Mara because Eli started week 1.
How about that?
How about
Because
that?
How about that?
it's all John's fault.
Don't get me started on John.
Get those T-shirts out.
If
It's all
I see
John's
Mara,
fault.
that's what I want to plug. Mr. Mara, if you see me, cross the street. Because there's going to be consequences and repercussions and I want answers. There you go.
Oh, man.
I am your OJ.
And there's the reason that you'll be in court.
And there's the court right there. There it is. I'm only kidding, Mr. Mara. I don't want to kill you. I just want to question you.
I just
I
want
wanna
to.
date-
I just want to take.
I want to date your daughter.
I want to take ownership of the team and or date your daughter.
Yeah, one or the other.
Possibly both.
Listen, I'll date the daughter and wait for him to die. It's
I
fine.
think after your recent decisions, I'm owed at least that.
Tim's in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I figure if I
You
get
know
the
what?
door, and then when he passes on, the daughter's going to have a right to the team anyway, right? So if you get
Well-
the daughter, you really
Right.
win both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And if
first
you
of all,
win the
you
daughter, that means
get in
you
the
win
family.
and then you can persuade them with your football acumen
Mm-hmm.
about how awful their decisions are. You're in at
Well,
that point. So the daughter is.
I
the
think
best
I would
of both
troll
worlds.
the Pittsburgh Steelers at that point.
No, I
You're
don't
in,
want to troll
you're
anybody.
in with both. You're in with both families.
No, that's not
You're
how
in-
we're going to do things in this franchise. We're going to be classy. We're going to be classy and smart. We're not going to troll anybody. We're going to tend to our own affairs. Set this ship fucking straight. Me and the marriage. Right above me and the marriage. The
Tim-
hypothetical story of how I would fix the Giants.
Tim's gonna get in there. He's like, John, I don't think you need to take your blood pressure medication anymore. I think you've been doing good. I think you've been doing good on your diet. I think everything's going good.
You should have some
Yeah.
bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going out for BLTs. You want a BLT?
I made all this bacon. I can't eat it
Well,
for myself.
the problem
I
is-
I will, but I don't want to.
That plan might backfire on me, and I might be done before John is.
That's very true. You have to make the bacon and leave the room and leave a note. Hey, bacon plant. You need to get out of there. You can make the bacon on board mission. Matter of fact, you can't even make the bacon. You have to have somebody make it. You need an accomplice.
I'm gonna have to leave the notes around.
Yeah.
You know, instead of his
Got it.
notes just saying Eli no matter what, I
Yeah,
gotta
you
start
can-
just making different notes.
I think it's irresponsible to leave you with the bacon. No,
There's
I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be a dick about it. I cannot be left with the bacon either.
oh everyone asking about the merch. If you want a link to the merch, the Gettleman Clown one, just DM me and I'll send you a direct link. Rico
First of all,
Suave,
I like the Gentleman Clown one.
you don't like it?
No, you know he's our. As much as James wants to shit on him, he actually likes the moves now.
Jane,
I love. Check the resume.
Just check the resume.
yeah.
Love to check the resume. I like the goat shirts.
Rico
And-
Rico Suave wants to let you guys know if a white Bronco pulls up in front of your house, just close the shades, all right?
I am on full. I have, just so you guys know, I'm such a paranoid person. I have gone around. I sent a text to make sure that whoever's outside my house has keys who needs to get in, because I have gone down and locked up everything. So
First of all, you know it'd be a
Alright.
big boost to the podcast if OJ heard you and came after you.
I'm
Just
not
from
saying
hearing you
I'm
on the show
just saying
tonight.
I'm scared. I didn't accuse anybody of anything. I have every right to just be scared. I'm just a scared person. Don't put your fucking guilt on me, Tim.
So, Tim, you're saying if one of us gets murdered, it's going to be a huge boost to the podcast.
That's a huge boost. That's a huge boost to the show. Who's taking one for the team?
Justin, he's the one that's not here.
Oh.
First of all, OJ's an asshole if that's who he kills.
Well, you're an asshole if you kill anybody. He's already, like, killed, what, 2? Oh, my God, I just said that. Oh, my God!
Oh, God.
I'm going on the lam. You'll never hear from me again.
All right. All right, now we're really going to sign out. And we will talk to you next Wednesday. And peace out.
Justin's nickname, Mr. Make-A-Wish.
Time ever. Bleedbigblue, always. Dead man walking.
All right, everyone.